What's up, guys, and thanks for tuning back into the Token Metrics YouTube channel. I'm Forrest, Senior Cryptocurrency Investment Analyst at Token Metrics, and in this video, I want to take a look at some realistic price scenario models for where we could see Litecoin's price peak at this market cycle. It's all too often that we see crazy price predictions, especially on YouTube, but in this video, I want to actually take a look at the analysis and what it says Litecoin can peak at this market cycle. So recently, Litecoin's been trading in this consolidation pattern, this triangle that has had its most recent bottom at $169. Now, you'll oftentimes see some Fibonacci lines, some other technical analysis tools, but as far as my trading strategy goes, I like to use what's known as margin buying pressure levels. And the idea here is that people trading on margin or leverage will want to have their liquidation points below this most recent bottom. And because of that, after the price gets to $338, they'll no longer be able to go in on 2x leverage at $338. So because of this most recent support level, I think that the next move for Litecoin could be around $338. Now, that's not the point of this video. This is just kind of a short-term price move that I'm expecting from Litecoin. I do think there's a strong chance that it could go back up and retest its $375 all-time high within its next move up. Now, as far as our price scenario models go, let's take a look at Litecoin's dominance so we can construct several scenarios to plug into our matrix. So we can see Litecoin has been experiencing a decreasing or a downtrend in dominance or in market share. So this is Litecoin's market share against the total cryptocurrency market cap, which is currently just under $1.9 trillion. Now, there are three trend lines or three bands within which Litecoin's market dominance has been bouncing around in. Historically, if it hits this bottom band, and you can ignore these wicks down here, it's just bad data from where I got this chart at Coin Paprika. But if Litecoin dominance does hit this bottom line, it usually skyrockets right back up off of it. It gets a strong bounce and goes back up. Historically, kind of the line of best fit has been this trend line here, where we have our 0.725% market dominance scenario. The bottom line was 0.342%, and the top of this channel would be at 1.472%. Now, occasionally, Litecoin does wick up to this top dashed trend line up here. And if we saw something like that happen again, Litecoin's dominance would be 2.122%. So you may be wondering why this matters, and we'll get to that in just a second. But first, let's take a look at our total cryptocurrency market cap scenarios. So our total cryptocurrency market cap has been, or all the money in the cryptocurrency space has been increasing on a linear trend on a logarithmic scale, which equates to exponential growth. So the cryptocurrency space as a whole has been increasing at an exponential rate. Now, occasionally we get what's called market cycles or bull markets, where the total cryptocurrency market cap explodes and gets overvalued against this trend line. Historically, in 2013, it was about 1,600% overvalued against this trend line. In 2017 and 2018, when Bitcoin made its historic rally up to $19,700, the total cryptocurrency space was overvalued by about 2,600% against its trend line. Recently, we've been on this very strong trend line in a bull market, headed towards roughly $5 trillion by sometime in July. And if the bull market could continue for longer than July and can maintain this trajectory, we could see $10 trillion by sometime in September, October, November of 2021, at which point we would be roughly 1,400% overvalued against its trend line. Nothing too crazy compared to what we've seen in the past. In fact, it's rather in line with what we've seen in the past. So we've built our $5 trillion and $10 trillion scenarios. But what if this market cycle does peak a little bit sooner and we don't get as strong of a rally as we've historically seen? Maybe we can build in a scenario of $3 trillion, a more conservative scenario, so that we do have a bearish scenario built into our model. Now, if we take our market dominances and we take our market dominance scenarios for Litecoin and we take our total cryptocurrency market cap scenarios for the total cryptocurrency space, and we multiply them out by each other and then divide by the total number of Litecoin tokens in existence. And in this model, I have taken into account inflation. I believe there are around 7,200 new Litecoins mined per day. And I modeled out for roughly 100 days worth of inflation. Whether or not we model out 100 days or 150 days, it's only going to affect these numbers by a very, very small percentage, less than a fraction of a percent. So in our most bearish scenario, and keep in mind, Litecoin's currently trading above this number. It's currently trading, I believe, around $170 at the time of this video. We would have a price of $152 if Litecoin were to fall to the 0.342% market dominance scenario, or the bottom of the band, and then we only see a $3 trillion total cryptocurrency market cap. Now, I personally think this is a very unlikely scenario for two reasons. Because historically, even if we do fall down to this band, historically we have exploded up off of it. Okay. And then I also think that $3 trillion is a bit conservative for this market cycle. Now, our more bullish scenario would be that the total cryptocurrency market cap goes to $10 trillion and Litecoin finds a way to peak at the 2.122% market dominance scenario. So in that scenario, we would be getting a full rally to $10 trillion. And we would see Litecoin possibly bounce up to the 2.122% market dominance scenario at this dashed line here. That would result in a Litecoin price of about $3,145. Now, I think that is almost equally as unlikely as the most bearish scenario. But I do think these two numbers serve as good outer parameters for what's actually possible this market cycle. If you had to ask me personally, I think that Litecoin will peak somewhere around $1,000, $1,075, $1,091 this market cycle. And I'll get to why in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at the same data on our chart view. Some people prefer to look at charts. Some people prefer tables. So we do have our $10 trillion scenario here in green, our $5 trillion scenario in yellow, and our $3 trillion market cap scenario, or total cryptocurrency market cap scenario, in red here, with our corresponding market dominance scenarios for Litecoin that were carefully selected based off of its trendline bands. Now, I personally think that a realistic scenario for Litecoin's peak this market cycle is $1,037. Now, the reason I believe that is I think that digital cash and digital cash solutions such as Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Nano, even some privacy coin solutions such as Monero and Zcash are all grossly undervalued right now in this cryptocurrency bull run. I think that they've been undervalued in favor of DeFi and smart contract networks and NFT based projects. And because of that, people have taken money out of their digital cash solution speculative projects and put money into the narratives that we're hearing about. But I personally have a thesis that as Bitcoin rallies and goes up, Bitcoin transaction fees will rise, and the need for a digital cash solution, or the speculation around digital cash solutions, will skyrocket. I think that we could very well see a big bounce with Litecoin and some of these other digital cash solution projects off of key support levels, even if we see it bleed all the way down to the lower trendline band. I think we could see a massive bounce like we've seen in the past. And while it could be short-lived, it would be rather aggressive, and we could see Litecoin skyrocket from a low undervalued price to a low undervalued price to a high overvalued price such as $1,000. So that's my personal pick. If I didn't believe that digital cash was currently undervalued right now, I would go with a realistic price prediction of about $537 for Litecoin. Keep in mind, not everybody believes that digital cash is overvalued or undervalued right now, but I personally do. So these would be my two picks. But for me personally, based on my sentiment towards digital cash in the cryptocurrency space right now, I think that we could see Litecoin peak at just over $1,000 this market cycle. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this video helpful. Bye.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.